what's up guys? It's from CZeroMedia here. Today I am quite excited, if you cannot tell already, because I got a bunch of goodies from cognitomoto.com, and these guys hooked me up with rear sets for my CB550. I've been wanting to install rear sets on my bike for quite a while now. I was at work today during the day. I just had the tracking number and like refreshing the UPS page. You know how it is, how when you get a new car part coming to your house the same day, even though you can't pick it up during the middle of the day, you just kind of refresh it and see where the package is, and it's finally here. And I'm super excited to get this thing installed. As always, my desk is a complete mess. Couple pieces, house stuff, because I'm working on my house, renovating upstairs shower, renovating my outside. I get a fence now. I install that. And I'm working on installing the patio. I basically laid down concrete. I got concrete mixer. I got like 88 bags of cement in the bed of my truck. Brought it back with concrete mixer, rented it, and started working on it with some of my friends. So that's about halfway done. But anyways, this is, and oh yeah, here I gotta go to court. If you follow me on social media, you all know that I got pulled over in my Z06 Corvette the other day for basically flying past the stop sign without even touching the brakes. My company has its own little intersection, so I never stop there because I know there's never any cars anyways, and it's like a private property. And I flew past that and car pulled me over, realized the car is not insured, like not like, I'm not talking like no proof of insurance. The car is not insured whatsoever. It's not registered, and it's not even titled in my name because I got it from the previous owner and I never like registered the car, so I never transferred the title. So the car is still in previous owner's name, and the car had fake license plate on it from my other car. Long story short, the car is as illegal as it can be, and cop basically saw it was stolen. I was talking to him for like an hour because it was car from Indiana. Long story short, he let me off with a warning for all that illegal activities, except he wrote me for stop sign. And I definitely don't want points. And I talked to my lawyer and he said it's just going for a hearing. I'm completely okay with just paying for the ticket. I don't really care what it costs. I just don't want points. Here is everything that came from Cognitomoto. They have a lot of vintage bike parts, Cognitomoto there. If you go on their website, you'll see that they're just full of cafe racer parts and vintage motorcycle bits and pieces to make sure you get your bike built right. So I hit them up and they were able to hook me up with these beautiful sets of rear sets. Let's get to unboxing. I'm gonna actually raise up my desk here because it's a little too low. Woo! All right, a little better, not perfect, good enough. Let's see. I do miss my wide angle lens sometimes from my DSLR. These are t-shirts. I didn't even order t-shirts, and these guys hooked me up with t-shirts. Well, is this the right size? Because I didn't even order these. Thanks to Cognitomoto for hooking me up. Large? Yeah, I'm actually not large. Is this one large? Medium! Awesome! Thanks to Cognitomotos for hooking me up with free t-shirts. That's awesome. I didn't even ask for these. You guessed me right. I'm medium. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on right now. Bam! This is the first time I'm looking at it for real, so I don't really know which part goes exactly where, so I'm gonna try to explain as much as I can. This, I believe, is the new brake lever attachment. Because the rear set linkages, which is these things, come outside of the bike, the brake levers need to basically come out too. So as you can see here, it's a little offset, it comes out. And same story with the rear brake itself. This is on the drum brake, I believe. Yeah, they just unbox everything and show you what it looks like on the bike, because that's a little easier. I got this beautiful CNC machined, I believe, foot peg, or foot lever, should I say. The rubber seems nice and sturdy, and looks awesome. And here is one of the foot pegs, and this one is also foldable. What I saw on the website, and there's a big disclaimer that if you're gonna kickstart the bike, you might have to fold in the peg, because that might be in the way as you kickstart the bike. So if that is the case with my bike, which is not a big deal, but if that's the case, then I might actually install a electric starter motors. Let's open up one of these brake and shifter links. Oh, this is beautiful. I can't wait to install this on the bike. It actually looks like it's meant to be on the bike. In this box, let's see what, oh, look at this. Fancy. I didn't expect it to be this big. So this is the CB550 and CB500 rear set bracket. So this rear set here, which I opened up earlier, these guys, is actually universal. And in order to mount these universal foot pegs, which is amazing quality to begin with, onto your CB550, you need to use an adapter bracket like this. And as you can see right away, look, I mean, just look how beautiful this piece is. If I try to make anything like this or try to mimic anything like this, I know it's not going to come out anywhere near as pretty as this one. So I'm glad I went with a company for this one, because I don't want to mess up a rear set job, because you can really mess it up and have the kind of ruin the look of the bike. I know some people actually have found ways to install like jigsaw rear sets onto CB550s, but at this point in time, with my house renovations and 6 cars that I need to work on, I don't have time for that. So let's go to the bike and see how this thing all fits. So this is what the bike looks like right now with stock rear set. You can see my foot is here, and it's a little bit too forward for me to ride comfortably. I want that sporty position, like, you know, I'll be tucked in like this, but usually you'll be more stand-up, non-sporty cruising position. So what the rear set's gonna let me do is kind of move it back a little bit so I can get that more sporty feel with the bike. Alright, so before we get into it, let me just show you what the stock setup looks like. We got on the left side of the bike the shifter and the foot peg where I rest my foot. That's it. And on the right side, foot peg here, which gets mounted to the frame of the bike here. I think this is one of the motor mounts actually. It goes all the way down into the motor itself. And then I got the right brake, which pivots down, applying brake there, which actually, if you look on the inside, moves this lever, which applies pressure to the drum brake in the back, and that's how the bike brakes, kind of. It's not the best brake out there, but it works. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of start fitting everything in and see how everything's supposed to go together. So I got here the bracket that Cognitomoto made, and see how that mounts. It's like a triangle, right? And look at that. Bam! The foot peg, I believe, is gonna come all the way back here, and that's gonna completely change the way this bike rides. Wow. So what I'm gonna do now is really just kind of start taking everything off the bike, and once everything's off, I can start test fitting everything in, making adjustments and so on and so forth. So here we go. Alright, so it's a little hard to film and work on it at the same time, so I'm just gonna walk you through what I'm doing. Here is the foot peg location. Just kind of came off with one bolt, one nut down here. Super easy to remove. And I already put the adapter in, but this is actually the swing arm bolt that goes all the way through onto the other side. I just pulled it out real quick and slid in the adapter, and now actually this should be able to go Oh. Bam. That's how it's gonna look. And it's already getting dark, as always. But anyways, on the shifter side, I wanted the linkage to go under the pegs. So I want to flip this upside down for a really cleaner look. I don't want to see the linkage. I want to keep that under the bike, so I don't have to see it every time I hop on it. And the problem was that because one side is up and the other side is up, they're both up. So I was trying to figure out if I can flip this thing, and yeah, you can. There's a bunch of grooves on the outside. All you have to do is just take the outer ring out, flip this thing, and then there you go. You have your reverse setup, just like that. And for customization purposes, they put holes on all these different orientations, so you can mount it at like 45-degree angle if you desired. That's a cool little option that they give you with this nice little piece. Okay, so I'm on the left side of the bike where the shifter is. The shifter that comes out has been installed straight down, and then the triangular mounting bracket has been installed. Foot peg is right here, and then the rear set is here. So what I'm gonna do now is cut this rod, or should I say cut this link that basically connects the foot pedal to the shifter assembly. Alright guys, so it is day 2 of rear set installation video. Like every other project I have going on here, it takes a couple days to install. Not because the process takes forever, but simply because I start my projects way too late in the day. So the left side, the shifter, has been installed. I went for a ride on it earlier, felt great. You can hear it working functionally. On the right side here, I don't have the brake lever portion, simply because it's hitting my exhaust pipe. So what I want to need to do now is actually cut this exhaust off, probably right here, so I have that clearance for the brake pedal to go down. And another issue I have with this brake pedal is that my Kickstarter hits the brake lever. What I have to do every time I kickstart my bike right now is lift this up so I have clearance for the Kickstarter. Now this is a disclaimer that cognitomoto put on their website, so I was aware of this, which is why I got this foldable foot peg. But it also is hitting the brake pedal, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I actually went out on eBay and ordered electric starter, OEM electric starter. So I'm just gonna install that so I don't have to kickstart my bike every time like I do now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up the exhaust and check out how everything looks like right now. So guys, I'm in the middle of walking on the bike, but I had to step inside into my office because I got a meeting with Honda Japan. It's like 9 AM there, 8 PM here, so you know, it is how it is doing business with Japan. But man, my exhaust chopped off. Sounds ridiculous. It's popping more than ever before, and just the rawness of the bike went up 10 notches. I'm gonna have to wear earplugs for sure when I ride my motorcycle. What's going on, guys? So actually, from the last section of this video to this section, it's been about a couple weeks, if not like 2 months. I put the rear sets on, and then I had to chop out the exhaust, and then I had to remove the rear brakes, and I was waiting on new electric starter to be installed so that I can put the rear brake back on. But within the 2 months period that I was waiting for the electric starter, I just basically said, you know what, I'm not gonna run an electric starter on my motorcycle that's 1975. So basically what I decided to do was run my motorcycle without the rear brake. But in the future, for the cafe racer, I'm hoping I can get the front fork swap with some something modern from like the 600 CBR 600 or like R6 or something. Swap that over so that I don't even need rear brakes. To be honest, the brakes on the motorcycle is already kind of sketchy. The brakes in the rear is drum brake, and the brake up front is disc brake, but it's only on the left side. So upgrading that fork setup to modern day bike would be way more stopping power than if I was to have what I have right now with the rear brake. So right now I don't have rear brake, but let me just show you what everything looks like and what it looks like when I sit on the bike. I'm also going to do a riding motovlog with the cafe racer, so you'll hear me talking about the setup. I have gone out a couple times on my CB550 already, and the rear set is amazing. And by the way, I got 2 new bikes since the last segment of the video. FC09 and Triumph Speed Triple. I don't think the Speed Triple was even here back then. But anyways, here is the cafe racer. Exhaust was chopped off, and this thing is super ridiculously loud right now. As you can see, the rear brake is not hooked up, so the rear, so this is a Kickstarter, and because this is foldable, that's not a problem. But when I put the rear brake pedal, which is right here, it's just gonna get hit right here with the Kickstarter, so I can't really kick the bike anymore. So I just deleted the rear brake, no problem. So what I'm gonna do next probably is actually get rid of this swing arm piece right here, and just kind of run the bike without the rear brake. But that's about it. Let me just show you what I look like when I sit on it. Like I said, I love this feeling of like hugging the bike. It feels a lot more sporty, but like not too sporty to a point where it's uncomfortable. So this is what it looks like now with the new rear sets on. Before, if you remember, my foot was up here, so you can see that my whole posture changes. I'm kind of leaning back a little more and more, sitting upright like this. But now it's a little more sporty. So I'm going from like here to here. It's a night and day difference. I love the setup. I really do. It made such a huge improvement to the riding style. I enjoy riding so much more now. Thanks again, as usual, for watching my videos. Thanks especially to Cognitomoto for hooking me up with the rear sets. I absolutely love it. I highly suggest you check them out too. And see you in my next motor vlog, because I'm gonna take this out for a spin and give you a feedback of what I think about the setup. So see you.